All right, guys, welcome to Job 23. We are in an interesting part of this. We're just past the halfway mark in Job. Now, his friends have started to openly blame him and attack him and show their misrepresentation of God. Job is not cutting them any slack, and he is immediately responding to them and correcting them and standing up for what he knows is right. Job proclaims God's righteous judgment. Now, in the previous chapter, Eliphaz accuses Job of wickedness, and he openly did it. But now Job is going to respond to him. This would have been the third interaction. Then Job answered and said, "Even today my complaint is bitter. My hand is listless because of my groaning. Oh, that I knew where I might find him." Notice that him is capitalized. "That I might come to his seat." How interesting he would say that. "I would present my case before him and fill my mouth with arguments. I would know the words which he would answer me and understand what he would say to me. Would he contend with me in his great power? No, but he would take note of me. There the upright could reason with him, and I would be delivered forever from my judge." I wonder if Job is now starting to realize what is happening. That statement there, I wonder if Job is starting to catch on to what's going on. Verse 8, "Look, I go forward, but he is not there, and backward, but I cannot perceive him. When he works on the left hand, I cannot behold him. When he turns to the right hand, I cannot see him. But he knows the way that I take. When he has tested me, I shall come forth as gold." That's an interesting statement. What is that from the New Testament? Gold tried in the fire. "My foot has held fast to his steps. I have kept his way and not turned aside." Job is declaring, I've stood in the path I was given. Verse 12, "I have not departed from the commandment of his lips. I have treasured the words of his mouth more than my necessary food." Because what is the word? The bread of life. I love this because we've heard all these statements before in other parts of the Bible. And here we're hearing this in Job. Job was very smart. Verse 13, "But he is unique, and who can make him change? And whatever his soul desires, that he does. For he performs what is appointed for me, and many such things are with him. Therefore, I am terrified at his presence. When I consider this, I am afraid of him. For God made my heart weak, and the Almighty terrifies me, because I was not cut off from the presence of darkness, and he did not hide deep darkness from my face." Job could not speak any truer if he tried. Job has not said anything against God. To this point, he has not said anything against God. But it sounds to me like he may be starting to catch on to what's been happening. Because I know he's realized who his friends really are. And that the men sitting around him are not his friends. But he's making no bones about what he believes. And notice now he's not even talking to Eliphaz anymore. He's talking to God. He's quit talking to them for the most part. He's talking to God now. Job is hanging on to faith. Satan's attempts to get him to curse God has failed completely. Now, this has caused Satan to ramp up his efforts. As we've been reading, we're seeing that. What's more interesting is how much further Job is walking towards God and away from the situation. How much more spiritually he is running to hide under God's wings. And he fears him with a righteous fear. Fear and trembling. And it's proper. Everything he's saying is correct. It's right. It's accurate. Job is in his right mind, is in his right understanding. But he's getting to the point where he's wanting nothing else to do with these guys. His focus is God. And that's a good thing, because he's getting closer to God, and Satan is losing control of this scenario. So, obviously, Satan's probably going to pour on some more stuff. Like I said, we're just past the halfway point. There's a lot more to go. So the next chapter is Job complains of violence on the earth. Job continues his speech. But after that, Bildad makes a very short speech. and calls Job some pretty rough names. And we'll get to that in a couple of videos. So guys, Job is holding on tight. Now, in the next video, we have him finishing the speech. So we'll touch base on that then. But he's going further. He's going to say some shocking things. Things we've heard before. We'll see that in that video. So guys, that was Job 23. It doesn't get any simpler than this. Job is standing his ground. At this point, it seems like he's at a dead run back to God. But it really seems like he's starting to realize more of what's happening around him. That there's something else going on here. And he is not letting his quote-unquote friends have their way with him. All right, guys. That's Job 23. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.